Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, the video today, as the title or thumbnail most likely it will suggest, is on my TT Mark 1 with the 1.8 BAM engine, the 225. And basically I've been doing some work on this on Saturday. The car had a relatively big oil leak into a place, so oil was leaking into places where there shouldn't be any oil. All of that, guys, is covered on a Patreon only video. I will leave a description below to the Patreon page if you guys are interested. There is much more exclusive content just for Patreon, not just on the TT but on other stuff. If you guys are interested, just have a look, subscribe if you want. And but yeah, so at the end of that job, which I'm not going to cover here, at the end of that job, I was just looking around to try to understand why I had so much sort of oily gunk spread around in the certain area of the engine. And to do that, I decided that it would be wise to remove the manifold, the intake manifold, because there was a lot of oil as well under the intake manifold. And glad I've done, because I found everything that was wrong with it. Unfortunately, these cars are very prone, especially with the age, to suffer from leaks on the oil breather system, and that's just what I had on my one. So I'm going to take you through, and I'm going to take you through a few more things we're going to do on the car. One upgrade for now. One upgrade it's going to get, which I'll take you through in no time. Okay, so the oil leak in this particular case, which is, again, as I was saying, is a quite combination on these cars, is from a hose that comes out from these here, right there. That's where the oil travels down after the separator, some of it. So this is the oil separator from the breather, as you can see in there. So some oil, these will separate some stuff into there, but some of it will come this way and comes all the way down into there, and then it goes down into here, back into the engine. And this is the hose that was completely split. I'll have to find out where it is. I think it's going to be in there in the garage, but I'll show you in a minute. But also, guys, I found I had a boost leak, although the boost leak was never significant enough for me to really feel a problem with the car, as if I had no boost, but was definitely a massive leak in there, or not massive, but it was definitely leaking. So the first leak I found was here. So these connects, I'll have to get all the other bits, but basically, guys, from here, from this pipe, there's a T that comes up through a non-return valve, and that non-return valve connects then to here. And then this just comes down, comes up, and comes into the intake manifold. Okay, and then that's pretty much it. And then from here, it comes the vacuum that goes into the brake booster. Okay, which is this one here that goes around and goes there. And basically, guys, what happens with this system is when the car is under vacuum, this non-return valve opens and allows the vapors, the oil vapors, fumes, to be sucked back into the intake through this hose. When you put it under boost, that valve closes, and obviously the valve is right here and it holds the boost. My problem is that was completely gone, so I was leaking boost here everywhere. There's another one gone as well, if I'm not mistaken, which is this one here. Yeah, that one there as well. Look at that. Also, the hose that was connecting to the fuel pressure regulator was completely split as well. The only one that was not split is this one here for the was this one here, this vacuum here that comes here, and then I believe this, no, it's not, it comes to this valve here, which I believe, what's this valve for? It's for the, I think this is for the vacuum reservoir that then goes into the dump valve. There's it. This is the only pipe or hose that was still kind of good. Everything else was completely split and perished, and yeah, it was completely gone. So let me show you the hose, the elbow, which I already have a replacement. I need to find out, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Sorry guys, I got interrupted. So here is the elbow. As you can see, it's completely split. When you put it here, this is a quite common failure. There we go. And the other part is gonna be here. So this just goes something like this, okay? That's how it connects. That's the non-return valve. As I said, when the car is under vacuum, the vapors will come. So this then goes up to the other hose that comes from the top of the engine. So when it's under vacuum, this valve will open and allows the gas to go back into the intake. When it's under pressure, this valve closes and obviously builds the boost behind. So this is the common part that fails here. I don't know if this was, I think this was the original, because it still has the Volkswagen part number in there. This is obviously an aftermarket. Audi doesn't really sell these parts anymore for these cars, so and this is a very common point of failure. I don't know if it's because Audi, I don't know how these ones are going to be, these aftermarket ones, but I don't know if this was because Audi was, or whoever was manufacturing these for Audi, was not doing a better quality, I would say. These uses, by the looks of it, what is called a friction weld. So basically what happens is these parts are split like this when they are made, and then this is held in place. This part is put it there and it rotates really fast, and pressure is put against this one, and as the friction creates the heat starts to melt the end of both parts, and then this part is stopped abruptly and everything just solidifies in place, and that's why it's called friction weld. And from what I've read, this is a very common point of failure on these cars. So we're going to put these in. I already have the holes that I've just showed you. They were split as well. That goes on that sort of T. So this is it. And then I already have the gasket. The only thing I don't have yet is the non-return valve, which is this valve. I can take this bracket here and pull it out. This one seals, don't take me wrong, but it is not 100% sealing, and I'm not sure if that's the way it should be, or if it should be completely like 100% sealing, or if you should allow a tiny bit of air to go through. So obviously when I put vacuum here, it allows air to come, but when I put pressure on this side, it blocks, but it allows a tiny bit of flow. At least when I blow it with my mouth, I can still push a little bit of air through. I'm not 100% sure. I bought one. If it gets here on time, I'll put it in, because I need the car ready for Sunday, and I'm working Friday and Saturday. And Sunday the car is going to go for its first test, which I'll take you through later on. And then on this bag should be my upgrade, which I'm not going to show you just yet. I'll show you later on the video what the upgrade is. Hopefully will allow me to squeeze a few more ponies out of this car. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, what we're going to do today is clean the intake manifold. As you can see, is all this oil with all this gunk that was spraying. The vacuum for the pressure regulator was completely split. As soon as I touched it, it just came off. So we're going to clean all of this, ready to put it back on, and that's pretty much it, really. That's what we're going to do today, quickly, before the weather gets really bad. Okay, and the intake has been cleaned. It's not polished like that or anything like that. It's just a quick clean. I'm not interested in the looks. So I give it a good clean on the outside. Clean that plate as well, and now I think I'm ready to start to put things back on. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so you probably cannot really, or you can actually, maybe not. Anyway, when I removed this elbow, it broke. It was so brittle, as you can see there. There's bits of plastic missing here. So some I recovered, and was two tiny bits that was missing, and they are actually right there at the bottom. I'm going to see if I can pull them out. Let me see if I can get them out there. There is one. We don't want this to be pulled by the oil pump. See there? To block the other one is there. Here's the other bit. Can you see there? So this is the only two bits I've seen drop in there. I haven't seen anything else. Everything else seems really clean-ish. So now it's time to start to put everything back on. Okay, and all this plumbing here is done, as you can see. New hoses and the new elbow at the bottom, so everything is connected. Now I'm in the process of removing this. Remove old gasket. Give a clean to this head surface mounting for the gasket, and which is a little bit dirty. And then get the new gasket that's already here. Put the new one and start to put the intake manifold in place and all that good stuff. Okay guys, and I have pretty much everything done. There's only one thing left, which is kind of the highlight of the work here today. And let me show you what that is. So, let's see how I'm gonna do this. So inside this envelope, I should have, cha-da-da-da. Oh yeah, I should have 550cc injectors to replace the standard 360cc. So here they are. So let's gonna put these bad boys in and go from there, see how it runs. Okay guys, all done. Just need to tie this up. So all done. I know I didn't go through a lot of details. That was not the idea behind this video. The idea behind this video was just literally to share with you what I'm doing to the car. And everything is plugged in, everything is ready to... Everything should be ready to give it a go, really. Shall we see if it starts? Obviously, guys, for you guys that are wondering, obviously the maps of the car are not yet tuned for these injectors. That's something that's going to be done next. But let's see if it starts okay. Should do start okay, but even with the injectors now the way they are, let's just give it a go. Need to do this a couple times. Let's just make sure there's no leaks on my fuel system. Make sure there's no fuel leaking anywhere. No, it looks okay. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. So obviously the seals were new, but just to make sure. So let's gonna crank it and see if it starts. There it is. Started just fine. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So we're gonna go for a quick test drive, see how it drives, and then when I get the map, we'll load the map for these injectors. And I think I might be keen to perhaps take the car soon into a rolling table. I'm not sure why I have a ESP light on it. Why do I have a ESP light on here? Shouldn't have a ESP light. Why do I have a ESP light? Not really sure what happened there, but oh well, it's good now. Right guys, that's it for this video really. So I guess that with no further ado, we're going to wrap up this now. This was just what this video was about, guys, just so you to know what I'm doing to the car. The car is going to go, I already said, it's going to go to a track day this Sunday coming, and I think this is going to be the first big test for this. See how it's going to drive, and I think that's it really. I do have other bits to do. I do actually have, I don't know if I showed you, I don't think I did. I do have actually a Hunter roll bar to install here. More details on Patreon actually, but I'm not going to have the time now to do it, so it's going to have to go the way it is until I have time to do the rest of it. I just, as I said guys, I'm just going to wait for the map. Obviously the map done just based on the injectors. The injectors have been calibrated to 550, so the map can be, let's say, relatively accurate for the injectors, because the injectors are calibrated. But the truth is, until you put it actually on a table, on a dyno, you don't really know. I'm not too interested for that just for now. I have a lot of upgrades to do on the car first. Like I said, anti-roll bar. I want the adjustable arms for the rear of the car as well, and get rid of the factory ones. So there's a bits and bobs to do on the car as we go along. But for now, I just want to go to Blyton, I think it is, next weekend, next Sunday, and have some fun with this. See how the car behaves. Give a good test to my new 17Z calipers. See how they behave in there, and I think that's it, guys, really, for this video. Again, as I said, guys, the idea was not to show you details on how to do this stuff. It was literally just share with you what I'm doing to the car. I don't know if I'm going to get any footage from Blyton. If I do, I don't know yet if I'm going to do anything with it. It's just really a test to the car to see exactly what else I need to do, so I have a better feeling how the car behaves, etc, etc. So there's nothing special. As for the engine, obviously I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do a timing belt replacement soon, because obviously, although the car is under 30,000 miles, so I'm sure he had a timing belt replacement. So this timing belt surely is not overdue yet, but nevertheless I want to get it done for peace of mind. And the next step is going to be probably a front mounted intercooler for this. At the moment the car is still running with the stock intercoolers, so it's something that needs to be done. Still with the stock airbox, although there is what they call a paper cross filter in there, which is a kind of a different type of filter. It used to be a induction filter here. I hated the noise when the dump valve would open, and obviously it was way noisier, and the noise that would make is like sort of, I don't want to say boy racer, but it's a sort of noise that I don't really like, that sort of puffy noise that comes when the dump valve opens. Obviously with the original airbox you don't feel that so much, or pretty much you don't really feel it, you don't really hear it, I would say. So at the moment I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that in there. I've seen some people actually keeping the box, open the box on the underside, open the holes all the way around, and then put the induction filter inside this box, and everything stays kind of to muffle the noise a little bit. I don't know yet what I'm going to do, to be honest with you, how much I'm going to gain with a different filter in there. Am I going to gain really that much? And I'm not really sure. We'll go bit by bit, and that's it, guys. But for this video, guys, is what it is. So hope you enjoyed the video. Not really for you to learn anything. If you want really more details on this, please, guys, go on Patreon. There's a lot of details about the car. Just a quick note about the injectors, because obviously they are higher flow injectors than the stock ones. You might go and wonder, what about my fuel pump in the tank? All that's been taken care of. Again, it's all on Patreon. So, guys, without further ado, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something, who knows. If you do still have any questions in the comments, you know exactly how it works, guys, just put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.